All right, I have 2 pieces of paper. So I've got one white, got another one here. If you just have white, sometimes it's a little bit different color paper, just fine. But like I said, 2 pieces of paper, glue, marker, scissors, kind of the usual. All right, so first we're gonna use this white paper. Right here. And so what we're gonna do is this is what we're gonna make our earth out of. So I'm just gonna kind of color in right here using green and blue. And we're just gonna kind of color in some different spots around here. We're gonna end up making our earth. So I know that Earth's got kind of a big South America and a big North America right here. So again, the kind of cool part about this is that it's not entirely going to necessarily look like it, like the world, but that's okay. So I just kind of made a scribble here, a little scribble here, a little scribble here, because we're gonna end up cutting this out. So it's always okay if it's not perfect. This is just how it's gonna kind of look, just a scribble right here. All right, and then another one over here. So just another big scribble over here with some more green. And just a little bit green here, some green here, kind of where all the big giant continents are, but I'm just guessing, so it's okay. It's nice that it's just a little bit different. So I'm gonna color the rest in with blue, but it's okay if you don't get all the way to the edges because we're gonna cut out a big heart out of this. So we're just gonna scribble in the middle just like this. Just kind of around. If you wanna just make it all green and blue, just fine. But green and blue is my recommendation because it is supposed to represent the Earth for Earth Day today. So I'm just gonna color in like this. My blue's starting to run out. That's okay. I'm just gonna keep coloring it around and around. All right, and around. Right here. Almost done. It's okay, my blue is running out a little bit. All right. See, I'm not going all the way to the edges. That's okay. We'll color it in more if we need to when we cut it out. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna fold it in half, just like this. Fold our picture in half. All right, and then this is where we're gonna draw that big heart because we're making a big heart. Okay, so it's just gonna be kind of like that backwards J. So start here on the side. Make sure that we're drawing, this is the folded side. All right, this is the open side. So always draw on your folded side. Just gonna be this big curve up and a loop down and make it right here. See, so it kind of looks like a J or like a fish hook. All right, so here's our heart. We're gonna cut this out. All right, so right here, we're gonna open it up. See, and then there's our big heart. So you can see it's okay that I didn't get all the way to the edges. So you just have these little spots right here. All right, so we're gonna put our earth right here to the side. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna trace our hands. So if you need help, just ask for help from someone. So what I'm gonna do See, I'm gonna take my marker. I'm gonna put my hand right down here on the paper. All right. I'm just gonna trace around it. It doesn't have to be perfect. See, I'm just kind of loosely going around my fingers. Just like this. See? So I'm gonna take my other hand. I'm gonna make sure and put it so it's not overlapping my other fingers so I can still cut them out. And it is a little bit harder to draw with my left hand, but that's okay. Just ask for help if you need it. Just like this. Right here. Okay. So we're gonna cut these out too. They'll take an extra minute because there's lots of loops, so we'll cut these out. Sometimes it's easier for me to cut the whole thing out like this and then cut out the smaller pieces. It's okay that we don't have this whole part right here because we're gonna end up gluing them behind our earth. So it's okay that this doesn't look perfect and that we have the whole bottom of our hand. All right, so keep cutting. All right, I'm putting my scraps off towards the side. All right, always so patient when I'm cutting stuff. All right, almost there. It's the tricky part, just be really careful and go really slow. You're cutting around those fingers. All right, last one. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna just put my scraps all to the side. All right, so here's my two hands as I cut them out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them open, so kind of like hands up, because then you want it to look like this on top of the heart. So what we're gonna do is just open them like this, okay? So this is where you take your heart. You're gonna glue, we're gonna glue them like about like this so they look kind of like wings. But then we're gonna fold them up and it's gonna come like this around the heart, okay? So I'm just gonna take my earth, flip it. My hands, flip it. All right, so we're gonna glue them down just like this, just so you have all your fingers kind of coming off the bottom there, all right? So just a little bit, you always need a little bit less glue than you think. If you don't have glue, tape is just fine for this project too. See, so it's okay that they're different sizes. Just glue them to the back. All right, just a little bit of glue. All right. So I'm gonna flip it over like this. So what I thought would be still really cool to do today for Earth Day is we're gonna write down different things that we can do to help out the earth. Because we only got one. All right, so one thing we can do, obviously, biggest one of my favorites is recycle. So I'm going to write down recycle, R-E-C-Y-C-L-E. All these paper scraps that I just made, I'm going to put them in the recycle. I don't put them in the garbage, so I'm going to put those ones in the recycle there. So that helps out our earth. All right, see, another thing that I do, I use a reusable water bottle. So I try to not drink from plastic. I use the same one all the time. You guys have probably seen me use it. So I'm going to say reuse water bottle. All right, I'm gonna write down one more, but then we'll give examples here as a big group. So another thing you can do too, because driving your car, it's a lot of gas, and sometimes using that gas is not the best for our environment either, so you can walk more. I could walk, I have a grocery store close to my house. I walk my dog, so just walk more. All right. So when we're all done, we're gonna do more examples here, is you fold them up just like this. Just like this, and you can see all these things are helping out our planet Earth. All right, and there's our thumb right up there, just like that. All these things help out our Earth.